You know that humble dish, the one that costs nothing, but when you taste it, you go, this is on another level. Today I'm making patatas a la importancia, a true classic that I think is being forgotten. But when you try it, there's total silence at the table. Let me tell you something. The first time I tried this dish was at the home of an elderly lady in the village. I thought, well, battered potatoes with broth? Come on, mistake, huge mistake. When I tried that, I understood why it was called a la importancia. The thing is, the importance didn't come from the price, it comes from the flavor. The ingredients are very simple. 4 or 5 potatoes, 2 eggs, 1 onion, several cloves of garlic, a pitcher, about 750 milliliters of broth, preferably chicken, a bit of flour, and a little paprika. The preparations are very simple. First, I'm going to chop an onion, so I take it, cut it into strips, and then finely chop those strips. That's how I make sure I get nice and small cubes. Now, we're going to beat 2 eggs a little bit, just with a fork. We're going to stir them until they're more or less beaten. Leave them here, set them aside because we'll use them very soon. And now what gives the recipe its name, the potatoes. In this case, freshly peeled, in my case with a potato peeler. I don't know if you use a knife or a potato peeler. Well, let me know in the comments. And we cut them into slices. We cut the potatoes into slices, not too thick and not too thin, about 1 centimeter or a little less. If you like traditional recipes that seem simple but have a trick to them, stay until the end, because I'm going to show you a trick at the end to make the sauce perfect. Now that we have them all, you can see that I'm salting them. That is putting a little bit of salt on each one. Oh, on the slices! You have to be a bit thorough so you don't forget any of them. And then it's time to prepare the potato. Look how simple it is. You place it in the bowl where we beat the eggs before and let it get really well soaked completely. Once it's wet, you coat it with flour, and thanks to that moisture, it sticks well. Don't use the same fork so you don't dirty the flour too much. Just keep moving it around. The potato gets a little coated and it sticks. That's the trick. 1 fork for the egg and a separate one for the flour, not the same fork. An important little trick if you want to finish faster and make much less of a mess. And if you like classic dishes, subscribe, because we're about to start a series of traditional recipes that are pure gold. Nothing unusual or costly, just wait for the result. We fry it in a pan with the oil already hot over medium-high heat, and we'll only need a few minutes. Careful, we don't want crispy potatoes, just to sear and brown them. As soon as you see they're a little golden on the bottom, flip them over so they get seared on both sides. If you leave them too long, they'll fall apart later in the stew, and we want the potatoes to be tender, really tender, but whole. And don't forget about them there. Grab a plate with plenty of paper towels and place them on top. It's important to set them aside on a plate with plenty of paper towels. And don't stack them. They should be side by side. And now, pour a good amount of oil into the pot you'll be using. This is where many recipes fail. A large pot, a splash of oil, if you want to measure it, about 3 tablespoons. And cook it well. Onion goes in first. So here we have the onion that we chopped earlier. We're going to keep it in there, stirring it from time to time so it cooks. When it starts to get halfway done, you add a couple of chopped garlic cloves and keep stirring as well, until you see that the onion is translucent and very soft. That will be the moment to add the final touches. First, a good heaping spoonful of flour. And without stopping, it's essential. Remember, don't stop stirring. You're going to keep it moving. 1 minute or even a little less. This is quick. And when you see that everything is nice and thick, the flour will be cooked. Time to add the magic of paprika. It can be sweet, spicy, or a mix of both. And it's essential to stir very quickly, because if you leave it, it will burn. You have to be attentive at this moment. Once it's well mixed, let's add the broth. Yes, broth. It can be vegetable broth, but if you use chicken broth, much better. Next trick. You saw I only added a little, right? That's it. You add it slowly, little by little, and a sauce will start to form. Always keep stirring. That's why I use a silicone spatula, but you could also use a wooden utensil. Then you can start going faster and add more and more broth until you have these 750 milliliters or 3/4 of a liter. And in it goes. Music by. And now that you have it, cover it and let it come to a boil. You don't have to leave it for too long. As soon as it has boiled for about a minute, stir it so nothing sticks. And now for the final touch. Don't add all the potatoes at once, no. Mistake. We need to take them and add them one by one. Why? So they form layers. That way they don't stick to each other. And then, with a little shake, they start moving around in the broth. As you can see, without any problem, you just keep adding them, and it's no trouble at all. Optionally, you can add a touch of saffron. See, holding the lid. The technique is really simple. It's essential not to stir with a spoon. You know, just make circular movements with the pot or casserole itself. Remember, we're going to cook the potatoes for about 25 minutes in total, until you see they break easily with a fork. Music by. And 5 or 10 minutes of resting. The sauce thickens more if you wait a bit. Music by. Add a little freshly chopped parsley on top, and you'll take it to the next level. Music, every time I eat one, I remember the lady from the village. How right she was. And it's because it doesn't taste like potato. It tastes like home. Music by. And tell me if this recipe reminded you of someone. Did they make them at home? Music by. And if you want me to continue with a series of dishes that are humble but golden, write potato in the comments. And I'll see you here in Saladolandia.